Okay. We should be live. It'll pop up there with a 60-second delay or so, but it'll catch up with us, okay? So this is our first ever live podcast of Animal Education Podcast. So if you're watching this live in video form, we will put out the audio form on all the podcast platforms that we normally do. So all the audio podcast platforms. But like and subscribe here if you want to see the video ones when they come out. But then also we'll put in the comments or something when this is done how you get to the audio version only if you want to like and subscribe to that as well. So it looks like they are seeing us. Woohoo! Okay. I'm going to pull this up here and go to this and this. And so our topic today, so I'm just going to try some things here. We're going to go here and here. And our topic today is crazy birds.
Yes.
So we see, I'm Papa Bird. I'm Papa Bird. That's the craziest head crazy bird. He is, you'll find out about that bird.
Yeah, this is actually the first bird we're talking about.
Yeah, so you'll find out about that bird.
So yes, the bird on my shirt I am wearing is the, you should do the next slide.
Oh, I can do the next slide here.
Secretary bird. So this guy, the scientific name, Sagittarius serpentarius.
Oh, wait, let me do a close-up of the bird here. There we go.
Yes.
Okay, so that bird right there, watch his head's going off the top. There you go.
Secretary bird, Sagittarius serpentarius.
Okay.
So,
okay, so now on the slide we can see here the Sagittarius.
yeah. So
what makes this bird crazy?
No, we do that.
Oh, okay. Let's do the facts first.
Okay. So this is in all the animals today will be in the class Avis. Avis is all birds.
Okay.
So it goes kingdom. No, it goes kingdom. Phylum kingdom or kingdom phylum? I don't remember. Okay. Not important right now. So then we go to class.
Okay.
Class is all the birds. Okay.
Class is Avis. Order is Acipithamupus,
which is birds of prey, except falcons. Falcons are different, but most birds of prey are in this category. So hawks.
Oh, okay.
Eagles, things like that.
And his family is Sagittaridae,
which is an extinct relative. So basically, just the secretary.
And that's a hint. That has to do with its stance.
Yes.
Kind of. Mm-hmm. But
yes.
Okay, so Sagittaridae.
It's a very interesting bird of prey. So it stands at 4'3".
Okay.
And its length is 3'7" to 4'11". So it's a large bird.
Now the length includes the rest of its tail, or just to its?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Its wingspan is 6'3" to 6'11". So this is a big bird.
Yeah, this is like eagle wingspan.
Yeah, but it has these long legs, so it looks a lot big. It's basically an eagle, but it has these long legs.
Long legs.
Then its weight is 6.2 pounds to 9.4 pounds.
Oh, pretty heavy for a bird. Yeah.
Yeah, for a bird, that's pretty heavy.
Pretty heavy.
But yes, birds have hollow bones, so they can fly and things like that.
Yeah.
Its diet is small animals, which we'll get more into specifics later, but basically anything small enough that it can hunt. And then its range is across sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay.
This would be a good book, too.
Okay.
This book, the All Birds of the World.
I'm going to go to the big camera so they can see here.
Yeah.
The All the Birds of the World book is a very good reference. Very good reference book. That's what we're going to be
It's more
using
just
here.
like listing every bird. Let's see. Where is this order? So we said order is September. So where did they put that in this book?
Pause, please. Yeah, we can go back to this.
Okay, we need to find a
small animals, range, sub-Saharan Africa, habitat, savanna, and chaparral.
267. That's where we're going.
Wow, there's a lot of.
It's every bird.
Every bird.
Except anything that's been discovered after this, which, yes, there were birds discovered this year.
This is a pretty recent book, though.
Yeah.
We'll have to look. We'll look later, but this is a pretty recent book.
Where's the page numbers? Oh, they're on the bottom. Okay.
They're right in the middle. 267. Here.
Yes. So, okay, so you can see its closest living relatives are the osprey and then hawks and eagles. Oh,
and that's what this does.
You can't see this.
What this does, let me switch back to this. So what he's saying is that in this book, the birds on this page are related to one another. Well, on any given page, are related to one another.
This is just a little like guide thing.
So this is a good way to find birds that are somehow related to one another because that's how they're organized.
Yeah.
in this
So
particular
as
book.
you saw, the closest relatives of secretary bird are osprey and then hawks and eagles.
Okay.
And then, so yes, vultures and owls are in their own. Vultures are in their own family. Owls are. Oh, New World vultures are in their own family.
Okay.
Old World vultures are also in this family.
So we'll have to do something on New and Old World.
Yes.
Birds. We'll have to do an
Actually, New
episode on
World animals complete because there's a big divide between a lot of them. That could be a podcast.
Okay.
But yeah, so Old World vultures, eagles, hawks, and then the secretary bird and osprey, which are worldwide. But yeah.
And let's go over some of the cool characteristics of him.
Actually, but last but not least,
okay.
so this was on the page. It lives in sub-Saharan Africa, in savannas and chaparral. So
Right.
you know,
Yeah, and that's on your slide I have up here.
no, but like there's a map of.
Oh yeah, they show you a little map, a color map. And
But it's
everything.
basically all grassland south of the Sahara.
And there are little
essentially.
QR codes with each bird, which you can go get more information. I don't have my phone hooked up that I can show you this, but let's see here. Oh, so here. So I just scanned the letter-winged kite,
Oh, it brings you to eBird.
and it brings you to eBird.
I love eBird.
So if I go to 3 here, which is I scanned the little QR code by every single bird, and it brings you to eBird, so
Yeah,
that you get
eBird's
all
a
this
really good
information
site. Yeah.
about the bird. So this is a really cool. So it's not just what's in this book.
It's by links. I have the condensed one of the birds and another one of the mammals.
Okay.
They're all full sets, but that
Right.
goes into deep detail. But yeah, you can get these two. And
But that's so. This will always have, since it goes to eBird, it'll always have kind of current information too.
yes.
Because eBird tracks birds.
Yes,
and that kind of thing.
eBird is where you can like submit your bird watches to scientists. So yeah.
So this is that's. I know we've been harping on this for a little bit on this live broadcast, but this All Birds of the World. If you're into avian birds, this is a wonderful book and ties to
Yes.
eBird and gives you a lot of resources beyond.
Yeah,
what's in
and
the
also
book.
it comes with this handy little thing to help you figure out.
Here,
what
I'll
it
put that
means.
so you can put it over there.
All birds of the world, like
Oh, a little reference card.
country code maps on the back, and then front you got like a bunch of sciencey stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. Okay, so back to our.
go to the next slide because we're
Just
actually talking
honor.
about why is this a crazy bird? Yes, it's a really tall, ground-oriented bird of prey, which is interesting. But my dad's given it the nickname of the kickboxer because its main strategy for hunting prey is to kick it, like to walk up and kick it with its legs.
Yes, but when it'll kick it, but it'll pick it up in its beak. Like a snake, and slam it on the ground.
That's more of the other bird, which we'll talk about in a second.
okay,
But this
okay.
one will stomp too.
We'll do that. Okay.
But just to be clear, this stomp can be applied 5 times its own body weight in a window of 10 to 15 milliseconds.
Oh, so like a sharp bam.
Yeah. So it weighs like what, 8 pounds?
Yeah,
on
8 or 9
average?
pounds or something,
And
yeah.
so it's applying like 40 pounds of pressure in 10 to 15 milliseconds with a single kick.
So it's like dropping a 40-pound dumbbell
Yeah.
on something.
And it does this on its prey, like small mammals, lizards, birds, but most importantly, snakes.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking like, oh, like a little like non-venomous python. Cobras,
Right.
pit vipers, some of those deadly snakes in the world. It's just kicking straight in the head.
And if you want to show them this for a second, up there,
You can see it's like.
make sure it's in the camera.
Are we talking about its legs specifically?
Yeah, well, chest and legs, I kind of want them to see. So put
Yeah.
it like.
Well, I'm trying to angle it right.
There you go. So I don't know if you can tell there, but really, really, really strong muscles. Because of course he's got a 6-foot wingspan, and he's a heavy
Yeah.
bird. He's got to fly. So really strong muscles down there,
Yeah.
and then those big old legs. When he kicks something, field goal.
So I believe this is a collector figure, and to balance it, they put it on their stomach.
Yeah, because his legs
But
are
you
so.
can see the leg is here.
Yeah, his legs are so thin. They gave him a base to stand on.
Yeah. But yeah.
So
And
yeah.
interestingly enough, it's not the only bird that does this.
Okay.
The red-legged Seriama, which is the one you're thinking of that does more
Oh,
than
that
the
slings.
head.
Okay.
But this one also kicks. Is from
Okay.
South America
Okay.
and is I put revolution. Darn it. Okay, it's convergent evolution.
They had a revolution.
No, convergent evolution. It's more related to the extinct terror birds.
Oh.
Which are no longer around.
Yeah, terror
So
birds.
this is more related to modern hawks and eagles and old world vultures.
Okay.
While the Seriyama, which is on the slide, is related to terror birds. It's actually like their last living descendant, essentially.
Okay. Okay.
Which also makes sense because those are from South America. This
Right.
is from Africa. So yeah.
Okay.
So that is the kickboxer, the secretary bird, and I got
And what makes him crazy is that he's a kickboxer.
yeah.
That like, that like they'll kick the bejesus
This is
out of
definitely
you.
one of the favorite birds among my family. We all really like this bird.
Yeah.
I do believe my mom quite likes it a lot. So yes, next though, we will be talking about another bird that kicks,
Okay.
but this bird's different.
Okay.
So next up, we have one of the largest birds on the planet today.
Do you want to do it in the little camera?
Next
Yeah,
slide.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, in the little camera.
This is the southern cassowary. There are 3 species of cassowary, but this is the largest and most famous one.
And some of the things about him, like if you tilt, he's got that thing on his big
cask
on his head, really bright blue
And red.
face and red neck,
And-
and the rest of him kind of looks like a ostrich or a emu. You know, kind of like think of a running bird.
We will talk about that, but the only other animal in their is it order or the only other animal in their family is the emu. So it's the 3 species of cassowary.
Okay.
And then the emu.
Okay.
Okay, where would you be in this book? So its order. So
As we
southern
get-
cassowary, which scientific name Cassowarius. Cassowarius. I know, crazy stuff.
Cassowarius.
Okay.
As we get better at lives, I'll have more stuff prepared to show you. But
Okay, this is okay. No, there it is. So family Cassowaridae. Oh, maybe it says this order is truth. Oh, okay. I might have messed something up. I might have put like a sub order is Cassowaridae forms.
Oh,
sometimes
okay.
there's sub. It's kind
Orders and suborders
It can be hard to keep track, but it's related to all the other big birds, along with kiwis.
Okay.
And tiamaus, which would, if I ever get like a plush or toy of them one day, they deserve their own.
yeah, here's
podcast.
like the big.
Yeah. So like. Yeah. So.
Yeah, here. So these guys. So if you look in here.
Southern cassowary, Cassoraceus, class Avis, order might be suborder for Cassowaridae, more family Cassowaridae, height 4'11" to 5'11", tall bird.
Ooh, like tall as me.
Yep. Length is 4'2" to 5'7", and then its weight is 37 to 154 pounds.
So this is another one of those flightless birds.
Yes.
It can't even like a chicken.
No. It
Okay,
can't
it's just
even.
it's like ostrich.
Yes.
It's like ostrich. It runs. So, and if you look, its legs. I don't know if you guys can tell that, but its legs for bird legs are really thick.
Yes,
and
which
muscular.
we'll get into why that's important.
Like an ostrich's or something
Yeah,
like that.
so this is one of those big ground birds. It's the biggest of the 3. If you saw there was the 3 species cassowary, this is the biggest one.
Okay.
It's a frugivore, almost exclusive. It will sometimes eat seeds and small animals, but for the most part, it eat fruit.
Okay.
Lives in both northern Australia, northeastern, in the rainforests, along with southern Indonesia and Papua New Guinea.
Okay.
Though it will wander to savannas and mangroves, but it like lives in the forest. It'll just venture into them every once in a while.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess to get fruit.
Yes. Or just, I don't know, good nice walk. I don't know.
And something I want to point out on this, because since this goes to eBird, you can see like how many people have spotted. I don't know if it's getting that. How many people have spotted one and where they've been spotted, and see the pictures, and you can register with this and become a tracker person.
Yeah, and
can
it's really
contribute.
easy. It's just like you do, like you. I think you can just sign up. There are courses you can watch, but you can really just sign up and do it.
And you can hear their call.
Yeah, so
So lots of. Again, I keep coming back to this book, but I just. Think
But
that's
my
kinda
dad
cool
has
that it does
called
that.
this southern cassowary the enforcer because it has a strong defensive abilities. It can jump and kick. Now, kicking, that could be pretty dangerous in general.
Yeah.
But this bird, on its inner toe, has a 4.7-inch claw. It's like an extra big. Okay, you can really see it. It's not really well in the toy, but if you see this image or just look up real images.
Yeah, look
you
up
can
southern cassowary. You looked up, you'll see.
Yeah,
I
the
guess you
innermost
can see it
claw
on
is
this
extra
picture as
long.
well, because
However,
the toes are in the
despite
grass, but-
this, it really doesn't attack people. It is somewhat infamous for its attacking people.
Yeah.
But despite this, there's been 150 attacks recorded. That's in the past. Yeah, like 150. Like, that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things.
Right. Right.
And most of them were because people were trying to feed it or they were messing with it.
Okay.
Basically, people were asking for it. You're walking up to this large bird that is relatively skittish and defensive.
Right.
And the only 2 times it's ever killed anyone was once a bunch of kids were trying to kill it with clubs.
Okay.
And it killed one of them.
Okay.
And we call that self-defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other one was a 75-year-old man fell in an enclosure and was found dead.
Okay.
So allegedly the cassowary might have kicked him while he was down, but we don't actually know what happened.
And did the guy freak out and scare the bird or whatever?
So in general, respect their personal space. Don't feed them because then they might habituate to people and come closer more often, which can be bad for both them and you.
Right.
Because they could hurt you, you could get them hurt. Like, it's just best to leave them alone.
Right. Right.
Observe them from a distance, obviously.
Right.
And, sometimes things might happen. There's one tale I heard on the internet where someone got kicked off a small cliff into the ocean by a cassowary. Like, I'm assuming this is like a little beach with, like, a 5-foot drop. And the guy was fine. It's just really funny that some guy got drop kicked into the ocean by a cassowary.
Yeah.
But yeah. And, of course, we discussed the closest living relative of the cassowary and its 2 other... this is the southern. There's also northern dwarf. Is the emu.
Is the emu, yeah.
Which could easily have been in this podcast. I want to save it for another day.
Yeah.
Because, there's the emu war. That could be its own podcast. That could be part of, like, a human interaction podcast. But... yes.
And I guess looking at this, the only way that every bird in the world could be in this book is if it did this. Basically, most of the information's online.
That's because the
book would have to be this big.
They do sell a version where everything's like laid out.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a big encyclopedia set that's like $1,000-something, I think.
Yeah, and having the online.
Yeah.
There's always going to be current information. Anyway.
So okay. So that is.
That little monkey.
Yeah.
Bird.
Also, it's funny that this is a Safari LDD toy. I love Safari. They're in the States, so they're pretty easy to get.
Oh, did I not go to the Enforcer page?
Okay, people can look at that now.
Here, I can go to Enforcer.
The Secretary Bird is Collecta. I believe they're UK-based, so they're harder to get, but they make good toys, too.
Okay.
So, yes, I love Safari LDD. I grew up with them. Collecta, if you really want some more, like, interesting animals, because they can have, like, the most random animals on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, next up.
Okay, so now we're going to go to, and I'll be on the right slide here.
The 3-wattled bellbird.
Now, see this bird has these long little, you can think of like on a turkey. Here, I'll switch over to that camera so you can show them real close up. These long, like little strandy things, like a wattle on a turkey, but really long and thin.
Yeah.
And you know what a turkey does, right? Gobble, 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 gobble. You hear him gobble, gobble, gobble. So that's just a clue. That's a hint as to why this is a crazy bird.
Yes.
Okay.
But let's go over some statistics.
Go over.
So this is the 3-wattled bellbird.
Okay.
Class Avis, order Passiformis.
Okay.
That's just songbirds.
Right.
It's a very, like I can turn, 420, we're already in that, and it's literally the rest. It's like
the rest of the book.
This is most birds, is Passiformis.
Okay.
This specific family is Cognigitidae, which is a lot of Central South American tropical birds, which makes sense, because this is another frugivore, so fruit.
Okay.
This one's almost exclusive. The cassowary will dabble in other things, but this guy basically only eats fruit.
Right.
From western Honduras to eastern Panama, which includes Costa Rica, which I will be going to this spring break.
Yeah.
So there is a chance I could see this guy in the wild.
Or hear him.
Yes. And he lives in the montane forest when breeding, and then migrates down to the mangroves in the interim. So either in mangroves or in the cloud forests.
Okay.
So yeah. But why is this guy here?
What makes him a crazy bird?
Okay, I'm going to be honest, finding this guy in here would be a nightmare.
Am I going to the next slide?
Yes.
Okay, so...
I mean, I could try to find this guy in this book, but that might...
No, he's fine.
that might be a little difficult.
There.
So, this bird has one of the loudest bird calls on the planet.
Like, the second loudest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guess how many decibels. Don't read it.
Well, it's going to... I just saw.
Okay.
You guess.
Well, they can see it too.
Comment. Make a comment either under the video, either in the
Whatever.
comments or under the video.
He's trying to farm interaction. Okay.
That's right. Farm interaction. That's right.
It can reach 100 decibels.
Yeah.
Now, do you know how loud that is? Just like in general.
Well, loud.
Comparisons are to a helicopter,
Yeah.
a subway train, or a motorcycle.
Those are 100.
Yes, those are 100 decibel. Yeah.
Okay.
This can be heard up to half a mile away.
And these birds aren't like.
Oh, I
Huge.
forgot to go over the size on the last slide. Yes.
Yeah, here I can go back.
Length 9. Oh, I messed up. Sorry.
9.8 inches to 12 inches.
Yes, that's what I believe.
Yes,
that's what
not
I
9 foot 8 inches to 12.
I messed that up.
To 12 feet.
Sorry, you can see on the second one I did it right.
Yes.
No, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We weren't how this. We'll do better next time for live. We were nervous about live.
I thought I did okay.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Its weight 145 grams in the females.
Right.
Which are just like olive with like yellow stripes.
Okay.
They don't look anything like this. They're sexually dimorphic.
Okay.
Well, the males here are 220 grams. They're not that big.
Okay.
And their wattle is 3.9 inches long.
Okay.
So for reference, I meant to put a dot there. Oh, sorry. So yeah, it's like 9 foot 8 in 9 inches, 9.8 inches, or 12 inches. So it's like
to a
a foot long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, its wattle.
Beak to tail.
Its wattle can be like a quarter of that or a third of that.
And they're just like these little. I mean, they look like little long.
Yes.
Pea pods or something. I mean.
And the wattles, we're not sure what they do. When they call, they extend a little, but they're still flaccid. Like they're not gonna like stay like this or anything.
Yeah.
And then they might be used to impress females or intimidate males.
Okay.
We're not sure what they do. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Only the males have it.
Yeah.
They seem to move during calls and interactions. I believe they're for some form of communication. We don't know exactly what.
Like a cardinal maybe flying around your yard, marking off his territory or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is only the second loudest.
Okay.
It has a close relative that lives in the same place. The white bellbird that you can see only has one thing. So don't look.
Oh no, wait, Bilbert, I haven't looked.
Guess how loud it gets compared to the
150 decibels.
125.
Oh, but it's still pretty
Which is the same level as a rock concert or a jet taking off.
good. Oh my gosh.
Which, so 85 can hurt your ears for some time. So,
Right.
like, if you're staying next to a 3 wild bellbird for some time, it might hurt.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah.
If the white bellbird makes a call right next to you, it could burst your eardrums if it's right next to you. So, yeah. Some very loud bird.
Don't have lunch
With a white bellbird.
with a white bellbird.
Yes.
Particularly if it's a restaurant with poor service. And he's going to get aggravated and yell at the waiter.
And somehow, what did my... Sorry, my... Okay, that was weird. Anyway. However, next up is the one that I think my dad is most excited about.
Okay.
And I'm not sure. I think it's cool, but I'm not sure why it's the most exciting, personally.
Okay.
Next up, we have the bar-headed goose.
Okay.
Yes, it's just a goose.
Oh, yeah. Bar-headed goose. So, geese in general are kind of annoying birds. They're just everywhere, and their only skill, they have 2 skills, honk and poop. That's it. That's all they do.
Their order
That
is
life.
Anciformis, and its family is Andantidae. Andantidae is ducks, geese, and swans. So, it's a goose. Okay. Length, 2.3 to 2.6 feet. So, it's not that big of a goose.
Yeah.
I think they are a little smaller than Canada geese.
Yeah, it could be. I've seen some pretty
Wingspan.
honking Canadian
We've seen
geese.
these at Miller Park Zoo. They have a couple, by
Yeah.
the way, in Bloomington, Illinois.
Yeah.
So, near where I go to school. Wingspan, 4.7 to 5.3. Decent wingspan.
Yeah.
4.1 to 7.1 pounds. I mean, it's a goose. They're a little heavier, but it's not giant by any means. Gramnivore, so it's going to be eating grasses and stuff.
Is that what that means? Gramnivore?
Like grass.
Oh, why isn't it just grassivore?
I don't know. I didn't make the rules. So, they nest in the Tibetan Plateau, which is a cold desert.
Yeah.
Like north of the Himalayas.
Yeah.
And then they winter in Southeast Asia, so like India and stuff.
Okay, so...
And they primarily eat things like... Nowadays, in there... So when they're in the Tibetan Plateau, they steer near lakes in the cold desert.
Right.
But when they go south, they actually nowadays go specifically to cultivated fields.
Okay.
and survive off them.
I want to do something for the viewers. So I'm gonna go to here, and I'm gonna go to. And where did you say they?
They nest in the Tibetan Plateau. So this is like it's just north of the Himalayas, if you're curious.
Okay, so
Maybe that helps you find it.
okay, so this.
Also, they're called bar-headed geese because they have bars on their head. I know, crazy concept, right? They're like, yo, what are we gonna name this? Yo, it's got bars. Bars on his head. Bar-headed goose. That's funny.
Oh, I wanted to show you something, but I can't figure it out.
Well, okay, so think about it. So in essence, Tibetan
Plateau. Picture where these things are.
So Tibetan Plateau, which is north of the Himalayas, and then when they're not breeding, they go to India, which is south of the Himalayas. So basically,
so think about that. How do they get from spot to spot?
Now you may think the easy answer is, okay, well, there's these giant mountains, so they go around, Nope.
If they were not crazy birds, they would take a little jitney or a little cab or a little Uber, or they'd go around the mountain, or they'd find a little mountain pass valley or something.
They migrate straight over the Himalayas. And I don't mean they find a valley and they go over it.
No, the highest point.
They've been heard flying across Mount Makula, which is the 5th highest mountain in the world. And allegedly, they've been heard over Mount Everest, which is 29,000
So, could you imagine you're with
and Mount Makula is 27,000.
An expedition guide climbing Mount Everest, and you get to the top, and you're practically dead, and you're frozen, and you're standing there, and then you just hear honk, 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 and this goose just casually flies by, and then heads down the other side.
Now, they've never been recorded that high. They usually migrate at 21,460 feet, still an achievement. The highest they've ever been seen at, for sure, is 2,300. It's 2,300 feet. 23,000. 23,000.
Okay, 23,000.
230. It's on the slide.
230. I got the slide up there. Yeah.
No, next slide.
Oh, next slide. Sorry. Okay.
But yes,
so
but they've been heard flying across Mount Makula, which is 27,825 feet tall. So they probably do fly higher than we've seen them.
Right.
But yes,
and Mount Everest.
Mount Everest, they've allegedly been heard.
Allegedly Mount Everest. Yeah.
So yes, these guys just go straight over the Himalayas. How do they do that? They take deep breaths. Literally, I'm not kidding. They take extra deep breaths for a bird their size. They have higher affinity hemoglobin.
So it absorbs oxygen.
Yes, has higher oxygen affinity.
Okay.
I learned about this in my animal environmental physiology class.
Okay.
So affinity means it's more likely to get it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, so when the blood is near the heart and lungs, like in the lung, it will be higher affinity. But then when it goes to the extremities, it will lower its affinity by having either more CO2 or more affinity for CO2 or more affinity for acidic compounds.
Okay.
Which then will cause the oxygen to leave so it can go to the cells.
Okay.
So I just learned that in school and I wanted to talk about it.
That's
But yes, higher blood affinity. Extra capillaries to pump oxygenated blood from the heart.
Okay.
Capillaries are the smallest. So more of lots of little small blood vessels to get the blood to where it needs to go.
Okay.
And its mitochondria are closer to the sarcolemma, so like the edge of muscles, basically.
Okay.
So basically, the oxygen
It's way more efficient.
Yes, the oxygen. More oxygen is collected, more oxygen is taken by the blood. There's more blood vessels to take the blood, and once the oxygen gets to the cells, it has less distance to travel.
Okay.
So everything about this goose it's essentially evolved in order to deal with such high elevation flights.
And
where there's less pressure, like oxygen.
It would be interesting to see the comparison of like that to like a dolphin, who has very high oxygen absorption. But what mechanisms does it use? Because it's under a higher pressure as opposed to a lower pressure. So I just an interesting.
Yeah.
thought.
But did you know, it's not the only bird that does this. There is another.
Okay.
Which is pictured here. The demisoli crane also makes the same migration.
This is a demisoli crane.
Yes.
On this picture that we're looking at.
Yes.
Okay.
Every slide has had one of the other birds I've talked about.
Oh yeah, there's the bar-headed goose.
So like if you go like
this is the demis.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go over. They also go over the Himalayas. Not all of them. Some of them they have a more wider range, so not all of them migrate over the Himalayas. But yes, they can also migrate over the Himalayas and approach similar heights.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Now, all these birds have been crazy. I think we can all agree.
They've all been crazy.
We got a kickboxer, like a more of a brawler enforcer, one of the loudest birds on the planet, and a bird that migrates over the tallest mountain range on the planet.
Nuts.
But in my opinion, the craziest bird is the bearded vulture.
Here, you want to give them some close-ups?
Gaypeteus bovidus. So this just like secretary bird. Its orders at Performance. So this is another old world bird of prey.
Okay.
3'1" to 4'1" length.
Okay.
7'7" to 9'3" wingspan.
Okay.
And 9.9 to 17.2 pounds.
Okay.
Larger bird.
So yeah.
Its diet, osteophage.
Okay.
Osteophage. Do you know what that means?
I'll
let you think about it.
Bones and
yes. Bones.
Osteo bones.
I'll explain that in a second.
Okay.
Its range is Africa, Southern Europe, Middle East, and Central Asia. But specifically in the mountains. It lives up in the mountains across Europe, Africa, Middle East, Central Asia. So its range is a lot more restricted than it sounds because it's only in the mountains.
Okay. So it's in those areas, but only up in the mountains.
What do you mean it's an osteophage? This bird's diet is not 85 to 90% bones. And I don't just mean bone marrow. I mean bones.
Okay, so you know how most things will eat all the squishy parts.
Yes.
And then other things might come along and snap open the bones and eat the bone marrow.
Hyena, Wolverine.
That kind of thing. So now you've eliminated, and then what you find on an African safari right before you are consumed by a lion.
Oh my God.
Are the remains of the lion's previous meal, which he then shared with all these other animals who came along, the vultures and the hyena, and they ate and then what's left are bones. Yeah. No.
Not with this guy.
Not with this guy.
If the bones are small enough, it will swallow them whole.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Boom.
However, if they're too big, it will go 160 to 490 feet in the air and drop them onto rocks, where they will then shatter into shards, and it will swallow these, including the shards of bone whole.
Bone shards. How many times were you warned as a kid, don't eat a chicken bone, don't feed a chicken bone to the dog?
Yeah.
They'll end up porcupined from the inside, whatever. Mm-hmm. No, this bird...
Yeah.
Bone shards. You know how sharp bone shards are? People used to make weapons out of bone shards.
I think some people
probably still do make weapons out of bone shards. This bird makes them for fun. Now, what would be an interesting matchup would be if this bird could hand off his bones to this bird, who could drop them from 23,000 feet, and maybe they turn into a nice, like wheat ground.
No, I do know
ground
for
meal
a fact
or something.
This was on the Wikipedia page.
Okay.
Maybe I should have written this down, but I'll look at. So the bearded vulture, it has like it has a lot of a certain acid in its stomach. I know.
Oh, it'd have to. Well, my question when he first told me about this bird, I thought, well, is this thing like a flying alligator or crocodile or something?
Fun fact: it has an old name.
Okay.
The osteophage.
Okay.
Which means bone breaker.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's
yeah.
literally
Yes,
one of its nicknames is literally
the
bone
bone
breaker.
crusher. Look at that. So here, I'm going to go here because I hadn't shown him this slide yet.
Also, to be clear, 85 to 90%, they will actively avoid meat for the bones, by the way. I'm just saying.
So, you know how, isn't it crocodiles and alligators have acid in their stomach that'll dissolve, small
cars or something? It has a powerful digestive
something?
system.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons they eat it is that they like the fatter bones because they have higher olesic acid, which is like a fatty acid that they need. So there is reason, they're getting
something.
They
from
even
the
go for those bigger, chunkier bones that the bigger shards and things like that because it has more nutrients.
See, and I was thinking calcium or something.
Oh, that's obviously
I
that's
guess
another
would
part
get
of
out
it.
of the
Yeah.
bones, I guess. Can they
But
absorb the calcium?
some animals like giraffes will lick bones for calcium.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, but did you know there is one other thing it will drop? So if it's like not eating a bone,
Okay.
so that 15 to 10% of the time,
Okay.
it has another favorite food that like on the list. Tortoises. It will do the same thing to tortoises. It will pick up the tortoise, fly up, and drop them to crack open the shell.
So the poor tortoise, he's like, as he's coming down, he's screaming
Yeah.
to his buddies. Oh, here, I'll do the close up for you.
Yeah.
There you go. It's like, dude, I can fly. That's just sad.
Yeah. And so this is a learned behavior. This is not instinctual. They have to learn it from the other vultures that are around them.
So if they're raised in captivity, they don't do this.
I would believe so. If
Okay.
they don't, or if they're not taught it somehow.
somehow, okay.
They might have an instinct to like drop it.
Okay.
I would assume they have some instinct to drop things, but they won't know how to do it multiple times, fly up.
Okay.
But interesting. A lot of other birds also drop things. So I learned about this in animal behavior, which is why I brought this book.
Okay.
Northwestern crows will drop whelks from heights, and like different whelks they'll drop from different heights in order to crack them open.
Okay.
Which, crows are one of the smartest birds, so that makes sense.
Right.
But there's some other things. Seagulls will drop clams, for example. Seagulls will drop clams. So I'm trying to remember what chapter that the food. Where's the food chapter? Wait, I can check the table of contents. Okay, chapter 6. Got it. Chapter 6. Yeah, so they have a graph where they found that northwestern crows will drop larger whelks from higher distances in order to crack them more easily.
Okay.
Seagulls will do the same thing with clams, and golden eagles will do the same thing with tortoises that the bearded vultures do.
Okay.
They drop them from height in order to crack their shells open.
Okay.
So clearly, this is a thing birds do.
Some birds do,
but no
yeah.
other birds do it with bones. That's why this is special.
Yeah, think about in other areas of the wild how few things actually eat the bones. I mean, a lion will chew on a bone
Hyenas will crack them open for the marrow.
for the marrow. right, but they're-
Wolverines will do the same thing.
Yeah, but they're
Like
not
a-
actually eating the bone.
Yeah.
Like they're busting it open, they're chewing, gnawing on it,
Yeah.
But they're not like tearing shards off a bone and eating
Yeah.
them.
Also, interestingly enough, so the first image was of the nominate subspecies.
Yeah.
But the second image is of the other subspecies. They're almost identical, and the second subspecies is just more African, while the other one's more Europe and Asia.
Okay.
They can still interbreed. That's the subspecies. They're just slightly different.
Right.
I think they might have like slightly different patterns on their backs or something.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring it up.
Okay.
I just thought that was interesting, because it's always interesting to bring up subspecies.
Yeah. Let me see something here.
I will say the chicks eat more meat. The
Yeah.
chicks eat more meat than the adults do.
Yeah.
I also believe
I would think their digestive
I think
system
they
isn't
also
developed yet.
you see this reddy orange like belly they have.
Yeah.
I believe they'll also rub in like red dirt or maybe even blood on their heads to get the same color to display.
Oh, okay. So that might not be 100% naturally occurring. Here, I'll put him up.
No, this is, but I think they put it more on their head and stuff.
Oh, so showing the thing.
So like you see the stomach's more orangey. That's natural, but like they also try to put like red dirt or maybe even blood on their head to get the same effect.
I gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And in my opinion, that's the craziest bird is the bearded
And
vulture.
see, I always thought of birds as they had to kind of be careful. I mean, even like the big, like eagles and stuff, they don't get in fights if they don't need to because their bones are hollow. And
Animals don't get in
more
fights if
fragile.
they don't need to because
Well,
it's
but I mean, I
dangerous.
think they'd be. I always assumed they'd be more cautious than most other animals. But these birds are just like, throw caution to the wind, man. Just kicking things and screaming at things and flying
Dropping
as high as they
bones.
possibly can.
Dropping bones to swallow their shards.
Yeah, and beating people up. And
also it's called a
swallowing
bearded
bones.
vulture because it has a little tiny beard.
Oh, it has a little tiny beard.
It's really,
here,
you really
I gotta
can't
show
see
that
it on
one.
this figure, but yeah, it's this little tiny beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too crazy.
So yeah.
So
That's just some. There's lots of other birds. I'm looking right now. I forgot one of the close relatives of this palm nut vulture eats primarily like palm nuts. That's why I got its name. Or like the emu. If you ever heard of the emu war, that's a crazy thing.
oh yeah, go look up the emu war.
We'll do a podcast on it eventually.
There's 2 of them. Didn't they do it twice?
It was kind of the same. It's complicated, but yeah.
Yeah. Look up the emu war.
war.
Literally, EMU. The emu war. 2 words. Emu.
All I have to say is the emus won.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they weren't fighting like Boss Baby. I mean,
They were fighting soldiers
military.
with machine guns.
A military, a national military.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the emus.
But you know who did eventually beat the emus and then they had to give protections?
Who?
The farmers.
The-
Once they said the farmers can do it, the farmers got the job done.
That's why nobody invades the southern half of America.
But yeah, so, or like, there's so many other crazy birds. Albatrosses flying across the ocean all the time.
yeah.
Kiwis. Have you heard about kiwis and their eggs? Oh, that's
No.
horrifying. But
We'll
still,
have to do another one.
I do see another crazy bird podcast in the future.
And smart bird. Some birds are so smart.
Crows can learn water displacement if you teach it to them.
Yeah, but they can figure it out.
Yeah.
They will
There's
just
crows-
So smart. So when we say bird brain, you got to be careful how you use that term.
A lot of crows and parrots are equivalent to like a 4-year-old child.
Yeah.
Or more, I think. I think crows might get up
Think
to
about
like
that.
7.
And their brains like that big.
Yeah. So, yes, we'll probably do another crazy bird podcast, but I thought these are definitely some of the I still think this is the craziest bird. The bearded vulture.
The vulture. I think we need to do a brilliant bird podcast. So, chime in if you want a brilliant bird podcast. Now we're below in the thing, or send us a comment or something if you want a brilliant bird podcast.
Yeah, but I definitely see another crazy bird podcast in the future.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll make sure to spell check my PowerPoints.
Yeah, we'll get better at lives. We were
Yeah.
a little
This was a
flustered for
test
today's
run.
live. But go check out the other videos. Because we prepped for those and did stuff. But I mean, not that we didn't prep for them, but we had more time to double check afterwards. So.
Yeah.
So go check them out. There's like 40 audio episodes and I don't know 30 some video episodes. So. All the podcasting platforms, Animal Education Podcast, James Pino.
Yeah. From
Check
now
them
on,
out.
we will be using these PowerPoints too. I'll make sure that.
Yeah, because that way we can leave them up and you can go reference them.
And we have a script.
I'll put the PowerPoint if I can.
I'll
link it in there.
I'll make edits before we officially post
Yeah.
that one, so we
All
get
right.
rid of the errors.
All right. Well, hopefully everybody had a good holiday, or y'all in the middle of your holidays. We're
Yeah.
doing this right after Christmas, before New Year's.
Yeah.
So we're kind of for the new year. We wanted to test out live
Yeah.
podcasting, streaming. So hopefully this went.
There might be a couple more that weren't live that get posted.
Oh, yeah,
because there's
yeah.
a couple in the backlog.
Couple in the
but
backlog, yeah.
Yeah. From now on, we're gonna try to do them live so he can do his other jobs.
All right. Pino's out.
Bye.
Bye.